Like, share, and subscribe to Mr. Maxwell, Mr. Maxwell Show. You will enjoy Mr. Maxwell, Mr. Maxwell Show.
All right. Y'all brace up and get ready for this one, because this is, I thought this was really interesting, so I'm going to share it with y'all. The San Antonio police was called to a house to do a wellness check on a Martell Duran. They knocking on the door, nobody answering the door. They notice it's like a hole in the door, like a pew hole in the door. So they called for maintenance to open the door. Maintenance come up there with the key. Maintenance couldn't get in with the key, so they called a locksmith and they drilled the lock out. They go inside, find this guy laying on the floor, unalive, like a couple feet from the door. Now, when the police go downstairs, one of the cops are downstairs. I guess this cop called for backup after what he found in this apartment. So they called for backup and, hey, Rob, I see you. And they called for backup. The estranged wife showed up on the scene. So they like, who are you? She said, I'm the ex-wife. And she started explaining who she was. So they want to know who she is and how she just popped up on the scene and what's going on, because they just found a unalive man in this apartment. So, in case y'all wondering, these guys, I think he was like in his late 20s. These people are young. So the police questioning her, who are you? She tell them who she is. She called his family and gave them the news of what was going on. So as the police doing their investigation, they find out that it was an argument on the day that this incident allegedly happened with a neighbor downstairs. So she held her phone to the ceiling, which would have been their floor, and she recorded a male and a female arguing. So she said, yeah, they was arguing. And it was a female. I couldn't really understand what they were saying, but I know it was a female's voice. And so I don't know what happened, but I heard a loud pop after that. And that was, the pew shot. So when the police figured that out, they say, okay, they took the wife down to the police station and they questioning her. So they find out that from another one of the neighbors that she heard a pop also, but she thought it was like the delivery man delivering her food because she had some Uber Eats coming to her house. So when she looked through her Ring doorbell, her Ring doorbell triggered the motion coming past. Y'all know how the Ring triggers the motion. And there was a female walking past with holding a phone and a pew. And she was on the phone calling law enforcement. So the police went back through the police records, and there was a female that called law enforcement that said that they are concerned for their loved one. So the police said, who is this? And the police said, the caller said, this is the ex-wife. I'm calling about my ex-husband. He's not answering the door. I don't know what's going on. So now they got the wife at the police station. She's a suspect. So the police, they continuing to do their investigation, and they asked the ex-wife, do you think it's anybody else? Do you think you know anybody else that would want to hurt him? Or was it anybody else that he was dealing with? The police say, ex-wife say, yeah, he was dealing with this one female that was a singer, because dude was a rapper. He was a rapper trying to launch his career off. So he was working with this other chick that was a singer. They working together, but then their professional relationship turned intimate and personal. And this chick was Sasha Carey. Sasha Carey. So now they got another name. So the police is now looking for Sasha Carey, the R&B singer. Turns out that it was Sasha Carey. So they can't find Sasha Carey. So they still looking for this chick, Sasha Carey. And one day they get a lead on where Sasha Carey is supposed to be, but she's not there. So they got a hard time trying to find Sasha Carey. Now, Sasha Carey, they got it out on the they put a, what is that, a nationwide bulletin, and they advertising. You know how they advertising?
Yeah, because, Bolo.
Yeah, and the story made the news. So once the story made the news, Sasha found out that she was on the news and that they looking for her. So what she did was she hired a lawyer. This was in 2019. She hired a lawyer, and she came in and turned herself in. So turns out that this chick, Sasha Carey, it's not her first time being in trouble or having a run-in with the law. So in 2019, this was 2019, y'all. Let me correct myself. 2019, Sasha Carey had more trouble because her ex-guy that she was dealing with was involved in the pharmaceutical deal where he ended up getting unalived. So she was on the run for about 2 weeks before she ended up getting caught. So now, once Sasha Carey came in, the story gained more news coverage because it was found out that the upcoming rapper, singer, Martell is Beyonce's cousin. So now it got more attention. So now Sasha Carey, they asked Sasha Carey, what do you know about what's going on? She denied everything at first. I don't know. Excuse me. I just know y'all looking for me. I don't know why y'all looking for me. But then they went back to the one neighbor that had the Ring doorbell with the female walking past with the pew-pew and the phone in her hand. Turns out it was Sasha Carey that made the call to the police, and she pretended to be the ex-wife. So the police presented the evidence to her. Is this you on this Ring doorbell? And so she like, okay, I'm busted, I'm popped. Yeah, it was me. Well, why did you pretend to be the wife? She said she pretended to be the wife because she was afraid. So that police asked her, well, what happened? She said they were in a relationship, but the night that it happened, they got into a big argument, and he beat her up and physically threw her out the house, and she was upset. And once she realized she was out the house, she realized that she didn't have her stuff, but she ended up taking his pew-pew. It was his pew-pew that she took out the house with her. So she said she started banging on the door, and while she was beating on the door, the pew-pew accidentally went off, and that's how he ended up getting hit on the other side of the door. So the forensics like, well, I mean, it doesn't quite add up because you said you were beating on the door with the pew-pew, but the hole is a straight hole. It's not at an angle. It's a straight hole, like right next to the peephole of the door. So that didn't quite match up right. So the state offered her a 20-year plea deal. Like, look, you plead guilty, we give you 20 years, take this dub, go on upstate, do your time. She turned it down and went to trial. So when she took it to trial on September 1st, 2023, she was sentenced to 55 years in Texas State Prison. She will be eligible for parole in 2048. To this day, she still professes her innocence.